Hi there. I want to chat a little bit about how adult matric studies work at the Bellview Institute of Distance Learning. Adult matric is what we call matric that can be done by people who's left school, who are 21 years of age or older, and often they're working people, and in the world of work you realize how important that matric certificate is. So how does it work? I think the key point for me is the difference between what I would call school matric and adult matric. If you do school matric, you're at school, and the work you do in the class actually is used to generate a class mark. So at the end of the year, your school will send that class mark to the Department of Education. That's used as part of your final mark that goes on your matric certificate. The rest of your mark is obviously compiled out of your final matric exam at the end of your last school year. Now, if you compare that to adult matric, in adult matric there is no school mark. You simply sit for the exam. Whatever marks you get in that exam is your final mark, and that's it. And so, in that sense, adult matric is really accessible to people who are already out of school. It's accessible to people who are working because you don't have to go to class. You don't have to generate a class mark. Let me give you some details about the course. A question I often get. Do I get the same matric certificate from Umalusi as somebody who's done it at school? Yes, absolutely. There's some small differences between the syllabus for adult matric and the syllabus for school matric, but broadly speaking, it's the same subjects. And if I get your matric certificate from Umalusi, I can't see whether you did school matric or adult matric. It's exactly the same matric certificate that you earned. Okay, what do you need to enter into the adult matric program? In short, you need to have passed grade 9 at school level. When you apply to register on the adult matric program, you're going to get asked for your school grade 9 report. If you have completed school at a higher level, if you have grade 10, grade 11, if you did grade 12 at school, then obviously you bring that school report. If you actually wrote matric, but you failed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your subjects, you're going to still get that result from Umalusi, and you use that as your entrance into the adult matric program. I think it's quite important to say that you can enter into the program with your school grade 9, because partly that's also showing you at school, and the same goes for adult matric. Matric is actually a 3-year program. When you write your final matric exam at school, you're actually writing about the grade 10, the grade 11, and the grade 12 work. And the reason I say that is when you do adult matric, you're going to do 6 full matric subjects. And people often ask me, can I do matric in 3 months? Can I do matric in 6 months? No, you're not going to learn 6 full matric subjects, write the exam, and pass them in 3 months or in 6 months. My opinion is you need to give yourself at least a year to study if you want to write all 6 subjects at the same time. Often, with working adults, I'd say to them, give yourself 2 years. Do 3 subjects the first year and do 3 subjects the second year. What people sometimes don't know is you can write more than 1 matric session. In actual fact, if you wrote your school exam 5 years ago and you passed 2 subjects, and now you write your adult matric and you pass 4 subjects, you're going to get those 2 separate results. You're going to submit them to the Department of Education. They're going to combine them, and you end up getting a single matric certificate from Umalusi with all those combined marks and subjects. So you can see the system is set up to allow you to do it bit by bit. Yeah, and that's my recommendation is, if you're not going to be able to study full time, if you don't have at least a year, don't attempt all 6 subjects in the first year. Of course, the other thing that you need to keep an eye on is that exam registration and exam registration closing dates. The exams are written in May and in June every year, but you need to register for that exam between October and the end of January. And I promise you, if you leave that exam registration till January, you're going to struggle to get a seat. There are only so many seats countrywide. So if you're signing up at the last minute, if you're trying to get your exam seat at the last minute, you're really going to struggle to get a seat. You're going to struggle to get a seat in an exam center near you. So if you're serious about getting your adult matric, at this point, we're in the last quarter of the year already. You should be studying already. You should already be signed up for your exam. You should already know where you're going to write your exam. You should already have your exam seat if you want to give yourself a proper chance to write in May and June next year and actually pass it. Yeah, I think it's worth talking about what can you expect if you sign up as a distance learning student with Bellview. To sign up is easy enough. You go to our website, www.bellview.edu.za. Fill in a form. Somebody will phone you back or message you. That person is a course expert that takes you through the whole process of choosing your subjects, making sure you pick something that's right for you. And then quite quickly you get sent your first batch of study material. You start engaging with those materials. There's assignments to do. You start doing your assignments, you send them in. You have a tutor that marks those assignments and give you feedback. You'll probably be in a WhatsApp study group with other students and with the tutor. So there's that ongoing conversation. You're not physically in a classroom, but you're in a little WhatsApp classroom. You have questions, you struggle with the work, then you contact your tutor and that person helps you over the phone, over email, over WhatsApp, whatever works best for you. We try to use technology to make the learning better, but we also recognize that you need to study out of a book and you need to study with physical study notes. Studying on your phone, studying on a computer screen, it doesn't work that well. If you're actually doing proper studies, you're going to find that you need books, you need a pen, you need to make notes. In short, that's Adult Matric at the Bellview Institute of Distance Learning. Any questions, leave a question under the video and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you very much.